I was just looking at the question about the difference between the interview and dialogue. That was from Veronica Mkabela, and she and I both thank Liberty for the opportunity of being able to answer these questions and to try to clear up some points before the exam. Then the next one is from, I don't know how to pronounce this name, ambiguous obituary. So this is what we did last week. So let me just revise this with you. So this is what we wrote up last week. An obituary is a written text. It's written after a person has died, and that person should be a person of some importance. Then while I was talking about it, I said I quite like to put the name of the person and the person's dates at the top. Then it follows a template. So paragraph 1, the name, John Smith died yesterday at his home in Cape Town after a long battle with cancer. I then said that the CAPS document doesn't like died. The CAPS document prefers passed away. If you're worried that the examiners will be upset with you, use passed away. It is a euphemism, which I particularly dislike, but if you're worried about your marks, use passed away. I also made the point that if you don't want to do a battle with cancer, you can say after, for example, a long illness. That first paragraph is short, and that's what needs to be put into it. The name of the person, they died yesterday or this morning. Please, not any later should you write that obituary. You say where, in which city, and why. Paragraph 2, born and educated in whatever, he moved to, where he attended, the name of the FET college. He achieved whatever he achieved and started working at a particular company. He and his partner have 2 children, he's married, whatever. The points that I made last week is you can put in the date, but you don't need it if you've put it in at the beginning, right? Paragraph 3. This is the key paragraph of an obituary. It is why the person has received the obituary. These are the achievements and the success of this person. And then I was just talking about a topic which came up a number of years ago. I suggested that this paragraph should be 60 to 80 words. It should be the key paragraph, but obviously you look at how many words do I have? Am I a home language candidate? Am I an FAL candidate? How many words do I have? But when you're allocating the number of words per paragraph, so you're going to have 4 paragraphs, this one is going to be the longest one. It's what did this person achieve? Then in paragraph 4, you say he is survived by. This is the diction that you use. This is the phrase that you use, meaning these are the close family members who are alive. And then you give a final tribute, so something about why this person is really important. I suggested that this particular person brought glory to South Africa by achieving in competitions, but more important, brought joy to people who suffered and who were underprivileged. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. If I'm asked to do it again next week, I'll go back to the obituary. All right? It does come up not every year, so don't assume that because you've practiced the obituary, it's going to be there. But this one, I'd just like to leave it because I have done it twice before, but if people ask again, I'll do it again next week. Okay, right before the exam. Then we've got Kulekani, surprise, ngama. Again, the dialogue, the interview, and diary entries. Now, you say, teach me how to write them. The only way you're going to learn how to write them is by practicing them. So take a past paper and write a dialogue. Take a past paper and write an interview. And if you want to post them, lovely. We can have a look at them and give you some feedback. So again, how do you write them? You plan them according to the topic. But again, it's really difficult for me without topics and without seeing what you've got. But you also asked about diary entries. Now, I did this last week as well. So these are the notes that we made last week. The diary entry, it's usually 2 entries, one before and one after something has happened. A diary entry is a reflective piece. So you think about something that happened, and you aren't so much telling yourself what happened as how you feel about it, what you thought, what you're thinking now, how you responded. So I tried to give this example that in descriptive writing, you tell me, I'm writing on the screen and I hope it's clear. In reflective, I do find this writing on the screen quite challenging because, so you are reflecting on it. What have they got in common is the idea of writing on the screen. We've got that on both sides. But here, I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm describing what I'm doing. But here, I'm telling you how I feel about what I'm doing. And I'm not sure what else we said. Okay, we talked about the audience of the diary entry, and the audience is yourself. So you don't tell yourself what you already know. You are working through your feelings, your responses, your emotions. It's like a therapy session. So you are reflecting on it. Don't become completely informal. Remember, it is an exam piece. So work on your language as well. And we get something that happens, and you have to write a diary entry for before it happened and after it happened. It can be on the day that it happened. So the day before, and then the night, let's say, when it has already happened. Most students like to write the day and the date. Remember, you can have the year. And they like to write Dear Diary just because it gives them a way of beginning. It's a shorter piece, so you're looking at 80 to 100 words. So either 50 and 50 or 60 and 40.